Alright, so we're back here with Nathan. We're working on short game and pitching around the green today, second part of our lesson series. Just want to have a quick, talk about what we talked about in our last session. So just to review, we worked with our 100-yard min shot. You worked on flighting it with different clubs. You used a 52-degree wedge from 100 yards. You said you normally hit that about 130 on a full swing. So what were the 2 points that we really kind of hit in that lesson?
We're trying to focus on keeping the ball down, lower. We moved it back from our stance. And then we also worked on the smooth tempo.
Yeah, those two things will help, keep the low ball flight and help you control it around the greens. So now today, another point of emphasis you said with your game was, getting up and down and being able to save par or make birdies on par fives, when you get around the green. So that's, a key part of anyone's game is being able to get up and down. So today we're going to have I'm going to hit a couple shots to a short pin, to a far pin with two different wedges and show you kind of how using loft, more loft will help you stop the ball quick. Less loft will get you to hit the ball to a longer pin and let it roll out. Right now we've got a 52-degree wedge. We've got a pin in the center of the green, right, just short of the green here. We're going to try and play this back of our stance, a really close, narrow stance. We don't want to get wide because you can sway on a chip shot and that can lead to hitting it fat or thin. You want to keep that stance real nice and narrow. I like to personally have my feet a little open to the target. Just a personal preference of mine, whatever feels best for you. Usually, I've heard that this will help you get more spin this way too. Opening the stance will help you get a little bit more spin. So, like I said, off the back of your stance, I always like to feel like I'm keeping my hands in front of the club head at all points throughout a pitch shot. If you get your hands behind the club head, you can hit it fat really easy. You try and scoop it. There's a lot of amateurs out there that do that. Just back in the stance here. Keep those hands in front of the club head. You see that ball comes out nice and low. It only carried maybe 2 or 3 yards and rolled 7 or 8 all the way to the back of the pin there. So let's see if we can have you step in and maybe hit the same shot with the same club.
Back of your stance with it open a little bit?
Yeah, I like to play it back in my stance, kind of off my right big toe, open stance to the target, and focus on keeping those hands in front of the club head. Yep, just like that. Perfect, yeah. Say one more just like that. That came out, nice and low, rolled out to the pin. Perfect. So both those shots are about 3-4 feet away from the hole. I'd say those are pretty good chances of making that putt. Obviously, putt.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to focus on hitting shots to a short pin here. This is a 58-degree wedge. We've got a pin that's maybe 1 or 2 yards onto the green. So what we're going to focus on here is I like to play it up in my stance actually on this shot. This will actually let you kind of get a softer feel for the club.
Up all the way or just up further
further than with the 52.
Okay.
So maybe in a reference point just short of my left big toe.
Okay.
I like to grip almost all the way down to the handle just because you get a little bit better feel for the club head. You can control it better. And you're just making a little pop stroke. I like to play it with kind of no wrist hinge. You don't want to hinge your wrists. That can lead to hitting it fat. I like to just keep the wrist real nice and solid and just pop 1-2 kind of right to the ball. And kind of, that one kind of got past the hole, but it landed soft on the green. It's a tough shot. This pin is really close to the front edge of the green here, so we're going to have you see if you can use this shot and use it to your advantage.
still open your stance?
No, I don't on this, no. I keep it square. Yeah, that was really nice. I landed really softly, just below the hole. Came out really good. You played that with very little wrist hinge, like I said, and it came out really soft, which is one thing that will promote. Yeah, again, it was well done.
Yeah, I like that. Not hinging my wrist, it's more consistent.
Yeah, it kind of promotes, keeping everything together, like a one-piece swing here, because, you don't get too wristy with it. A lot of people around the greens, they feel like they have to help the ball. The club has loft. That's why, it's got 58 degrees of loft on it, so it's going to get up in the air. You don't have to help it at all.
Okay.
You just pop right down on the ball with that, and it's going to jump up in the air. Both your shots landed pretty softly, within 3 to 4 feet of the hole. I'd say it's a pretty good shot to play around the greens, especially to a tight pin like that. If you're comfortable with it,
Oh yeah.
It's dependent upon. Obviously, this is a nice lie we've created around the green here. Sometimes you can get really tight lies where it's tough to hit that, open that club face up and trust hitting it on a tight lie.
Off of that real tight lie, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to do that, but that's why there's also bounce, put into the club to utilize the bounce angle. We'll talk later about that. We'll get into the sand, later into our lesson series and talk about bounce angle and all that. But what were 2 keys that you can take away from this lesson here around the green? What do you think going forward you can use in your game?
Not committing to, say, only bringing my 58-degree wedge because I'm around the green and I get over there and I've got a lot of green to work with. Maybe start bringing both my wedges.
Use the 52-degree wedge. Your balls are still up there from the shots you hit, and all those are pretty close to the pin. So it's like I said, it's a lot easier to control that shot too. There's a lot less variables that can come into play as opposed to like hitting a bad shot. It's just like a pitch. It's like a putting motion almost. That's the way.
With both those shots, it eliminates the real bad shots. Maybe it's not that close all the time, but I feel like I at least have a putt at it.
Exactly.
Another chip or worse.
Or leaving it, chunking it right in front of your feet. So I think that's going forward. You can work on a couple things that'll help you with this. Maybe if you're just at home, just sitting in your living room and just working on keeping those hands in front of the club head, that'll help you with those longer shots that you want to release on the green. Keeping those hands in front of the club head and just taking a couple practice swings. And really focus on that ball position on those longer shots too, and the shorter shot. So once again, on the longer shots, you want to play it back in your stance, right off your right toe, kind of. Hands in front of the club head.
Okay.
And then on the shorter shots, you want it. I like to play it just short of my left toe, square stance, and just a little pop motion.
Do you keep your hands in front of the club face on that one as well, or behind it?
I wouldn't say behind it. I'd like to keep it maybe even with the club head, if not maybe just a little bit ahead of it.
Okay.
You don't want to be like this and stabbing it necessarily, because like I said, the club has loft, and that's it's designed to get the ball up in the air. So you just want maybe your hands maybe a little bit past the club head.
Okay.
And just a nice smooth swing where you're barely brushing the grass, and the ball's gonna pop up in the air and it's gonna land soft like you hit a couple times.
Okay.
So I think going forward, if you focus on those 2 things, your short game around the green can improve, and you'll get up and down a lot more.
All right, thanks, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely.